Yo, what's going on, man? I know it's a long intro. Had to get some stuff situated. Happy New Year to everybody out there. I know a lot of people, this is a good time of the year. I probably should have did this stream probably real early or yesterday, to get everybody right in that right mindset. I know we all have goals. I'm streaming this to all platforms. However, I can only comment and reply to people on Facebook, my private community, and YouTube. I really can't comment to anybody on Instagram. So if you're on Instagram, make sure that you go to my story, click the link, and pull up into the chat that way. But definitely, man, 2024. What I like about the new year, y'all, and I know I'm doing this stream late. However, I keep these streams up so people can see them in the morning. People from the UK, people from different parts of the country, they'll be waking up soon. And a lot of you guys probably set goals to wake up early, go to bed early, do all that stuff. So maybe tomorrow morning when you're watching this will help keep you motivated. But the goal is to really make 2024 our best year, right? I know a lot of people out there, they be like, man, forget about the New Year's resolutions, new year, new me, everybody talking all this. You're going to be the same you've been every single year. And, that's probably going to be true for a lot of people out there. A lot of people are probably going to go right into this year repeating the same habits from last year. People are going to make unrealistic goals, unrealistic expectations, and then a lot of people get burnt out within the first couple of weeks, or sometimes the first couple of days. People just give up, you know what I mean? But there will be a percentage of people that actually accomplish their goals, and those are the people that I hope that this resonates with, because I'm one of them, right? I obviously have big goals for 2024, as I do every single year. But at the end of the day, we have to be able to stay consistent, and we have to be able to stick on the path in order to reach our goals. So for the people out there who, want to make this their best year, I want to get right into it with you guys, and I don't want to waste any time. So the first one's going to be, stop wasting time and make the decision. A lot of times people contemplate in their head what they want to do. Yeah, this year's going to be my best year, but then they kind of like start thinking of something else, and then they get sidetracked, and then they got a whole different goal. And then the next thing you know, then they're trying to come back to their original goal. Just make the decision. Completely devote yourself and say, this is the year that I'm going to take this boxing thing serious. For me, this stream is for boxing, but this can be applied to any other area of your life, right? Like, obviously, I'm a boxing coach. So I'm focusing on boxers right now, boxing coaches, boxing enthusiasts, people who really want to just get better at boxing, people who are interested in boxing. That's who I'm talking to. However, at the same time, I'm talking to everybody, and these rules can apply to anything. But this is a boxing channel, right? So we're going to focus on boxing. But stop wasting time and make the decision. If boxing is something that you, A, want to start doing, now's the time to do it. B, you want to get better, now's the time to stop messing around. C, you want to actually have your first fight, now is the time to lock in, and really devote yourself, dedicate yourself to have your first fight. You want to be a serious boxing trainer, you really want to improve your boxing goals, you want to go ahead and be able to really get people prepared for boxing competition, or you're a personal trainer and you really want to include boxing into your personal training regimen so your clients can have more fun, and you guys can go out there and you can really display that you're not just a coach to tell somebody, a trainer who tells somebody to lift weights and eat right. You actually want to interact and utilize some boxing so you can have an edge. Now is the time to learn. Now is the time to focus. Stop wasting time. Make a decision. Don't be on the fence. Don't be on the fence like, yo, I don't know where to start, blah, blah. Just make the decision right off the rip. I'm doing it. For me, a goal for many years has been to lose 20 pounds, 30 pounds if I really want to get ripped up and diced up, right? just make the decision. You know what I mean? But be serious about it, right? That's the real thing. I've played around and I've failed at accomplishing goals so many times in my life, but I've also accomplished them so many times in my life. And the times that I have accomplished them is when I simply made the decision and I just stopped fucking around and there was nothing else that you could tell me. That's what it is. I'm locking in. There's nothing else to talk about. Okay. So that's the first step. Second step is going to be we got to set goals. We have to set goals. We have to be realistic on where we are as well. You know what I'm saying? Let me add that because, a lot of people will see that set goals and then be not be realistic, be realistic. Yeah, how the hell you spell realistic? Realistic? Can somebody tell me how to spell that? How do you spell realistic? There we go. See that, Coach Ant is not the best speller. Realistic. All right, there we go. Set goals, be realistic. However, okay, be realistic on where you are, but the goals don't have to be realistic. You can have a goal that's like unrealistic. Like you could be 350 pounds and your goal is to be on a bodybuilding stage with abs, right? Like that's okay. But be realistic with where you are, okay? That's really what I mean when I say be realistic. I should have added that. Be realistic with where you are. Because you don't want to set a goal that is so far from where you are now that when you finally, when what you have in your mind doesn't happen as quickly as you want it to come, and then you get discouraged. So if you just started boxing at the age of, like, let's just say 35 years old, because I get this question all the time: am I too old to be a fighter? Am I too old to be a world champion? Am I too old to start boxing? And it's like, let's just be realistic with where you are. You're a 35-year-old athlete. Chances are at 35, it depends how you take care of yourself. You know what I'm saying? But sometimes, a lot of times, a wear and tear in your body just from being alive 35 years old sets in. Working out, little ligament issues, injuries, whatever, it starts to set in or whatever. So training at a world-class level can be hindered. Secondly, boxing's a business. Okay, so promoters, managers, and all that stuff, they're going to look at fighters that are younger, coming out the amateurs with an amateur pedigree, who have a lot of promise to fight a longer career and make a lot of money, right? You're going against guys that are already, if you're starting at 35, most guys are ending their career at 35, 40 years old. You see what I'm saying? So you have to set a realistic goal. Now, does that mean you can't do it? I'm never going to say you can't do nothing, because you might be the first world champion to win a belt at 50 or something, and somebody's going to say, Coach Ant said that it's impossible. I'll never say something's impossible. But what I will say is, most people starting out at a later age, right, should probably just have a goal to get good at boxing for fitness, for self-defense, just to have an additional skill, maybe become a coach, something they could pass on to the generation that's younger than them. You could still get a whole bunch of boxing benefits without having to be a fighter, right? So my goal, and you could still be a fighter. Let me just break that down. You could still be a fighter. You got 5 years as an amateur at 35 years old. You can always go professional, bucket list style, and just go out there, have a few fights, see how you make out. And you can always wait till you're 40 and do the Masters division, and you can compete for the rest of your life, really, if you take care of yourself. You know what I'm saying? So you can compete as a fighter, but to be like the next Floyd Mayweather, like, let's be real, like, these guys started at 8 years old. You see what I'm saying? And by 35, they've been boxing 30 years or whatever, 27, 28 years. So there's just a lot to think about. Like, it can be done, but are you willing to go through what you're going to have to go through, right? If you're 350 pounds and you want to be 200 pounds, why don't we just set some goals to get to like 300 and then to like 270 and then to like 250. So all I'm saying is set the goals. They could be unrealistic, but let's be realistic with the time frame. Let's not rush things. If you've never boxed before and you're starting at like 17, 18 or whatever, and you want to be a world champion, listen, it might take you 10 years, 15 years. So if you're 21 years old right now and you've already, even if you turn pro, okay, even if you turn pro at 21, you might not really get to that point that you're trying to get to till you're 30, 29. You see what I'm saying? So 28. I mean, it happens at different times for different people. So my whole point is be realistic with the time frame and don't put so much expectations, because it's like losing weight, right? Every time I've ever tried to lose weight quickly, like I'm going to lose 30 pounds in 60 days, or I'm going to lose, 20 pounds in the first month. It usually never happens that way because you're putting so much pressure, right? So if I go ahead and I want to lose 20 pounds in the first 30 days, and at the end of the week, I've only lost a pound. Now that 1 pound feels like I lost nothing, right? Even though on average, an aggressive weight loss program is 1 to 2 pounds per week. If I only lose 1 pound in a week, I feel like I did not accomplish much because I put this expectation to lose 20 pounds in a month. You see what I'm saying? So, but if you lose 2 pounds a week, that's 8 pounds a month. That's 24 pounds in 90 days. Okay, so it actually can add up and accumulate. If I just lowered what I expected and stuck to the process. You see what I'm saying? So my whole point to you guys right now is when we make goals for this year, for our boxing goals, let's first be self-aware and know where we're at. Let's know where we're at. Are we beginners? Are we older fighters? Are we professionals that are looking to become a world champion? Are we amateurs? Are we, highly touted amateurs? Are we just beginning amateurs? There's just different levels. You have to know where you're at. You have to know where you're at. It's like me, right? Like right now, I know where I'm at in my business. I know where I'm at as a coach. We're fighting in March 2nd. Raymond Ford is fighting for the world title March 2nd. Okay, and that'll be on ESPN main event. I know where I'm at as a coach, right? I understand where I'm at as a coach. I have an opportunity right now to really showcase what I can do as a coach. I've been doing it, honestly, but it's just like every new year, every new fight, every new situation is a new level to really show what you can do. And you can't put these false expectations. If I was just a beginning amateur coach, I'm not thinking about world championship level stuff. I'm thinking about amateur boxing programs and how to get better as an amateur. If I'm a professional coach, I'm looking for professional situations. If I'm a personal trainer, I'm looking at how I can incorporate it into my personal trainer. Same thing goes for the fighters. You have to know what level you're at. Okay, so you got to be realistic and unrealistic, because you do want to set those unrealistic goals as well. You do want to be like me. I want to be a Hall of Fame, world-renowned boxing trainer that's remembered in all of history. That's a huge goal. That's a freaking huge goal. That's a goal that, a lot of people wish they could do as a coach. Not saying that I'm there right now. Right now, my goal is to continue to do the best I can, help the fighters that I'm working with, continue to build my brand, continue to build my YouTube channel, help as many people as I can around the world with my information. And hopefully in 20 years or 30 years of paying my dues, putting in work, I can go ahead and have a goal like that become a reality. So that's my unrealistic goal. Right now I have smaller realistic goals. Okay, so that's that. I kind of touched on that for a long time. Let's go ahead and move on. The next thing is get help, aka online mentorship or a coach, or join a boxing gym. Guys, we got to stop with the trying to self-train ourselves. I see people on the internet just self-training themselves with no help. Simply just watching every YouTube video out, every Instagram reel, every TikTok, every short, trying to piece shit together and figure this shit out and you guys don't look good, man. I gotta be honest with y'all, man. It hurts my heart every time I turn on Instagram and I see the shit that I see. I'm like, what am I looking at, man? Guys, you have to either first step, join a boxing gym. Go join a gym. Look, I don't even own a gym. I'm not even selling y'all on anything right now. I'm telling y'all to go to your neighborhood, whatever neighborhood, go on your phone, go on Google, and pull up boxing gyms near me and go to the fucking gym. Seriously, y'all. Stop trying to figure this out on your own. Also, if you don't have access to a good gym, online mentorship, guys. I've been preaching to you guys. I got courses that teach you everything from the beginning stuff to the more advanced stuff. I even have an online mentorship where I'll work with you personally and give you a detailed step-by-step plan. Okay? You know, you really have to make the commitment to learn from somebody who's been doing this longer than you. You can't just be bouncing, I'm going to figure this out on my own. You know what I'm saying? No. Get a coach. Every great fighter has a coach. Matter of fact, I don't know any fighters that have no coach because you can't even compete without a coach. So you need a coach. You need somebody who's going to teach you. You need somebody who's going to help correct your shit. You need somebody who's going to focus on getting the best out of you. You know what I'm saying? Somebody who's going to guide you. You need a coach. Boxing is a two-man sport. Two-woman sport, two-man sport. You also need a fighter and a trainer. It's just the way it is. Some guys could fight, and maybe they don't need a coach as much as others, but you need a coach, okay? So that's that, man. Now that I touched on that, stop bouncing around from coach to coach. You know who you are. The guy who trains with one trainer for a little bit, or trains with one trainer and then wants to hear what another trainer got to say, and now you want to train with that trainer, and then you see another fighter with the other fighter, and now you want to train with that trainer because that fighter did good, but then you go with that trainer and it doesn't work out the same. Stop it, man. Find a coach and stick with your coach. You know who you are. You come to my YouTube channel, then you go and you bounce around to 100 other YouTube channels. Then you go ahead and you go on Instagram and you look at all these other coaches, and every coach is saying something different. And now you don't know what to believe. You don't know which coach is better than the other coach. You don't know which technique is better than the other technique. One coach said do this, the other coach says don't do that. And now you're sitting there confused. I don't know what to listen to. I don't know what's real. I don't know what's fake. Why? Because the first thing is you didn't join a gym. You didn't get with an online mentorship. You didn't do something that's going to really give you the knowledge that you need. So now you're trying to figure this out on your own. Now you're trying to watch every trainer and every fighter and trying to steal information because you don't want to fully commit to a trainer or a program that's going to get you to your results, because you're basically, you know what you're doing? You're basically just procrastinating. That's basically what you're doing, because what you're doing is you're like, I'm going to wait until I get this information and then I'm going to finally just stick to it. But then you want some new information instead of putting the reps in the information you already know. If I told you today, listen, I want you to focus on your jab every day for the next 5 days, I don't even want a right hand. But then you see another trainer throwing combinations and hitting an angle. Oh, coach told me to throw the jab, but damn, I really want to throw combos and angles like that. So now I'm going to do that. And then I'm like, yo, bro, what happened to what I told you what you need to focus on? You see what I'm saying? So you have to learn to just find the trainer that you trust and just stick with your trainer. Find the YouTube channel that you trust and stick with your trainer. Stick with the information that you're getting. Look at the track record. Look at what they're doing, what they're producing. And then ask yourself, is this somebody I really trust? Is this somebody I want to learn from? If the answer is yes, there's no need to seek 100 different trainers. Now, don't get me wrong. You can learn something from anybody and you can learn something from everybody. But bouncing around is only going to confuse you. It's only going to leave you a little bit. And this goes for pros too, man. Some of y'all pros out there bouncing around, looking for the perfect trainer, looking for this. A lot of that shit falls on you, champ. A lot of that shit falls on you. Sometimes you got to go look in the mirror. Is it you or is it the trainer? Okay, because at the end of the day, you got to do the work. At the end of the day, you got to do the work. Now, I will say this. There is some trainers that shouldn't be teaching guys. And there is some trainers that shouldn't be coaching guys. So I totally agree. Sometimes you do need to leave your trainer. Sometimes you might be watching the wrong guy for too many years on the internet and realize, oh shit, this dude's been teaching me some bullshit. Don't get me wrong. You do need to still pay attention. Don't be like a, you know what I mean? But if you're having success, if you have a nice plan and a nice program with who you're working with at the moment, just trust the process. Because I could put 100 fighters in a room that all won world titles and they all fight differently. Winky Wright fought different from Floyd Mayweather. Floyd Mayweather fought different from Manny Pacquiao. Manny Pacquiao fought different from Eric Morales. Eric Morales fought different than Marco Antonio Barrera. Marco Antonio Barrera fought differently than Juan Manuel Marquez. Tyson Fury fights different than who's this guy that he's about to fight? Usyk. All these guys are world champions. They're all fantastic fighters. Shakur Stevenson fights different than Devin Haney. Devin Haney fights differently than Teofimo Lopez. It doesn't, we can't sit there and just like, oh, this fighter's doing this, so it works, and that's the only way. Find your system, find your coach, find your training methods, stick to it, stay true to it, and you will get great results, okay? And that simply leads me into get a plan and stick to the plan. I heard something today that I really liked that somebody said. They said, you don't have to have a master plan. You just have to stick to the plan. And ain't that the truth? Let's bring this back to weight loss. I put you on a diet. The diet's going to work if you stick to it. Of course, if it's a proven diet. Like, we can't just be making shit up. We have to put ourselves on a proven diet, right? So if I say, listen, I'm going to put you on 2,000 calories, 200 grams of protein, 150 grams of carbs, 50 grams of fat, and this is what you're going to do. I'll put you on a solid program and say you're going to box in the morning, you're going to run at night, and this is the training regimen that we're going to run with. It's a proven program. It's a nice formula. It's all a numbers game. Calories in versus calories out. You know what I'm saying? Consistency, right? But then you see somebody who does a keto diet and you're like, well, I want to do the keto. Then you do keto for a couple of days and you're like, you know what, man, I miss having carbs. I'm going on this diet. And then you see somebody talk about the health benefits of vegan. And now you go on the vegan diet. And then this diet. And then that diet. It's like, bro. And then next thing you know, you're confused. You don't know which diet to stick to. And then you binge eat on the weekend. And then it's all a wrap. And then we start over again. This is very common. Stick to the plan. Stick to the plan. Don't expect unrealistic results too quickly. Unrealistic results are good in the long term. But in the short term, we have to be somewhat realistic. The good thing about life, y'all, is that this shit has been done already. Right? We're just passing through, right? For all the guys in this stream or whatever watching this later who are 20, I used to be 20. I'm not 20 no more. I'm passing through. For the people that were 10 who are now 20, the people who are 10 have to pass through the same way to get to 20, right? Or 30, 40, 50, whatever. We're just passing through. This information has been documented already, yo. We already know what the fuck to do. The information is out there. Now, the good thing about certain people is certain people focused on studying the information deeper than others. So therefore, we could pass it on so you don't got to go through the hard work. Example, boxing. I've dedicated 25 years of my life to not only boxing myself, but studying boxing, coaching boxing, right? So maybe you're just coming into year one. You don't have to do the amount of studying. All you have to do is listen to me because I already did the studying for you, right? That's the good thing about finding resources and shit, right? Like if I want to learn how to run Facebook ads, I don't know shit about running Facebook ads, but if I go to an expert on how to run Facebook ads, who's been focusing on Facebook ads for the last 10 years, I don't got to do all the studying he did. All I got to do is say, yo, how much? And he's going to say, this is what it costs. I already did the studying. Pay me this. I'll run your ads for you. And then we'll go ahead and we'll figure out your return on investment. And what'll happen? Bet. So you mean all I got to do is pay you to steal all the knowledge that you had to go through? You see what I'm saying? So this shit has already been documented. You just have to make sure you're getting your information from the right resources. That's all you have to do. That's the secret. Find the right resources and just listen and just do. And stop searching the world for a different answer. If they gave you the answer, run with the answer. So therefore, you can go ahead and master it. What did Bruce Lee said? Fear not the man who throws 10,000 kicks, but practices one kick 10,000 times. I might be right, I might be wrong, but we all know that was basically around what he said, right? So if that's what he said, fear the man who practices one kick 10,000 times, right? Not the guy who learns a bunch of bullshit. Focus on the guy who masters what he knows, and then learn from that guy, and then implement that. You know what I'm saying? Next, and this is just so you can have your best boxing year, all right? We're going to prioritize nutrition. Now, this is so important, y'all. This is so important. And I'm going to tell you why. Not only is health important, we all know the importance of health, right? Like, I don't have to sit here and give you a health lecture. We all know if you're not healthy, you freaking die, right? Or you live a terrible, miserable life. But besides that, let's talk about how it affects us mentally on our goals. If you are in the gym training every day, and I'm telling you this from experience, I'm not making this shit up because I go through it myself. Okay. I'm in the gym every day. Every day I lift weights. Every day. I don't box like I used to. Okay. I don't do that type of training no more. But I lift weights every day. I do some cardio, whatever. Now, when I work out as often as I do, but I look in the mirror and I don't see the results I want, I know what it is. My nutrition is off. But that also does something to my psyche. It makes me feel like I'm not getting nowhere, even though I'm doing the work. Like the other day, I worked out with a few people who they actually look physically in better shape than me. And I was able to outwork them in every area. Cardio, I was able to outwork them in the weight room, right? But when we took our shirts off, they looked better than me. And I'm just like, yo, this is some bullshit. Like, I work harder than this dude, but this dude looks better than me. Now, what is the answer to that? It could be genetics, or it could be he's more disciplined in another area of his life, which is his nutrition, right? So I say that to say, if you're boxing every day and you're doing all this shit, but your nutrition is off, first and foremost, when you look in the mirror, you're not going to be happy with what you see. So you're going to be blinded thinking you're not getting the results. Because when we see a fighter who steps on the scale and they're ripped up and they got that chiseled look, you're like, oh, that motherfucker in shape. He ready to throw, or she's ready to go. She's ready to throw, right? When we look in the mirror after rounds of sparring, shadow boxing, hitting the bags and running our miles, and we look in the mirror and we don't see what we want to see, like, what am I doing this for, right? That's the first problem. So it's gonna mess with your psyche. Secondly, boxing's a weight class game. So if you're not weighing where you should be weighing, you're not going to be able to perform at the level you could perform, because maybe you're fighting or sparring out of your weight class because you're too heavy for your body at the moment. So if you're like me, I'm 230 pounds. I know, you think I'm going to get in the ring with Big Baby Miller? You think I'm going to get in the ring with Tyson Fury? I'm naturally like a middleweight frame. That's why at 230, I got fat on my body, right? If I was at my weight, I would be leaned up, shredded out. I would weigh a lot less. Okay, so my point is to say, if you want to perform at your best, first of all, we need visual results. We need visual results, because if we don't see it, we don't believe it, even if it's really happening. You ever seen that entrepreneur? I'm a big entrepreneur guy. So there's like this thing where this person's like knocking the wall down, right, looking for the gold, and then they stop right before the gold, right? And you're like, man, if you would have just hit that damn wall one more time, you would have got the wall, but they didn't see it, so they gave up. It's the same thing. We have to see the results. We have to see the results on the scale in order to see the benefits. You might be getting benefits because, like, for instance, when I told you I'll outwork the people that look better than me with their shirts off, that means I'm getting benefits. Because first of all, I could lift more weights than you, and I could do more cardio than you, right? So it ain't that I'm just heavier than you and I'm stronger than you. I'm also more agile than you. I have better conditioning than you, but you look better than me. All right, so there's a problem. I need to hone in on the nutrition. You might have 50% of it down. Now it's time to lock in on the other 50%. That's me talking to myself into this mirror, right? Into this. I'm talking into the vessel. I'm looking at the camera. I'm talking to myself. However, I'm hoping that this message resonates with somebody who maybe it's not the diet for you. Maybe it's the training. Maybe you need to train harder. Maybe you know that, I'm not putting enough work in the gym, or I'm not putting enough studying. I'm not putting enough. Something could be missing from the formula. You know what I'm saying? So you need to figure out what's missing from your formula, and then you need to go ahead and go at it. But nutrition is a major part. Now, this is for the people, again, who want to get better at boxing. Study only the quality fighters. Okay? If you want to get better at anything in life, we want to study the quality fighters. Study the Floyd Mayweathers of the world, the Shakur Stevensons, the Devin Haney's, the Teofimo Lopez, the Lomachenkos, the Tyson Furies, the Usyks, right? Jaron Boots Ennis right now, who's a super hot fighter. Terrence Crawford, Canelo, right? Study the quality guys who are doing the quality work. Study them. You can watch everybody. Some fighters are purely for entertainment, right? But when we are studying the sport because we want to be better at the sport, okay, we need to visually see quality. Quality. When you see trainers holding the mitts, I'm coming out with a mitt work course real soon. I know a lot of y'all have been asking me about it. Anybody who's watched me hold mitts knows that I'm holding mitts quality. I don't mean that. Listen, I ain't got to sit here and say I'm tooting my own. I know I'm nice on the mitts. I know I'm one of the best in the world on the mitts. Okay. And it's because I focus an attention to detail on everything I do with the mitts, for how I position my hands, to how I position the fighter, how we catch the punches, on how we move around the ring, the details, the intricacies, making sure that it's realistic to a fight scenario and a fight situation, right? Focus on quality. I've always wanted to be quality. When I shadow box, I like my shit to look pretty. When I do the heavy bag, I don't give a shit if you're fighting or not. You ain't got to be a fighter for your shit to look right, for your punches to look good, for your angles, your footwork to look good. You have to study quality fighters. Coaches, study quality fighters. You know, coaches teach the fighters, but the fighters teach us, right? All the good coaches love to reference to the old fighters. Oh, watch Sugar Ray Robinson. Watch Sugar Ray Leonard. Watch Floyd Mayweather. Well, who's teaching the coaches? The fighters. We're learning from the fighters. And then we're taking what we learned from the fighters and we're passing it down to new fighters. So what is that? That's each one teach one. But you have to study quality if you want your lineage to be quality. If you want your lineage to be quality, when people see Coach Ant step in the room with a fighter, I want them to say, oh shit, Coach Ant's in this corner. Okay, this guy's going to be good one way or the other, because we know Coach Ant teaches quality. Okay, this guy's going to be sharp. He's going to have a good jab. He's going to have good defense. Something's going to be good on this guy. Don't expect this shit to be easy. We can't guarantee victory in boxing. Boxing's a anything can happen sport. But we could damn sure bring quality to the table. And if you are a fighter or a coach, quality should be the main objective. I want my shit to be quality. I want quality shit, not quantity, not a bunch of bullshit. We want everything we do to be good. How do you get quality? Craftsmanship, right? When you see people talk about craftsmanship and quality, they spend time to design. They spend time, the artwork. They spend time. Boxing, you spend time to develop this. You don't rush this shit. That's how you get quality. You make sure that you pay attention to detail and that you focus and you zero in. And there's been a lot of quality fighters over the years that we could study. So when you want to study fighters, only study the quality fighters. Don't waste your time with the sloppy motherfuckers with terrible technique. I don't give a shit if they won a world title, man. Honestly, man, leave that motherfucker alone. Now, if you're a coach, though, or if you're a fighter who just for whatever reason can't figure out how to do the shit the way it should be done, and you're a sloppy fighter and whatever, then we might have to go ahead and go outside the box a little bit and pay attention to some of the unorthodox fighters that were able to get some success. You know what I'm saying? But for the most part, fundamentally, we want to go for the quality guys who understood boxing to the highest IQ, to the highest level. Okay, and that doesn't mean always being a slick fighter. That could be an aggressive fighter. We also have to be self-aware. What kind of fighter are we? What kind of fighter do we have when we're coaching somebody? So study the quality guys, man. That's my point, man. Okay. Next thing. Stay focused outside the gym, y'all. I can't stress this one enough. This kills fighters. So you got to understand, boxing is a very lonely sport. Success is lonely. I'm going to be honest, man. I felt lonely for years since COVID happened. You know what I'm saying? And I've had some of my most success in the last 4 years. In my last 4 years, I've had more success than I had in many years. And I felt more lonely. Because in order to be successful, it means you have to be disciplined. Right? So, you spend 2-3 hours in the gym. Let's just say you dedicate 4 hours to training a day. A couple hours in the morning, couple hours at night, whatever. There's still 20 more hours, man. 20 more hours, right? So you sleep 8. What does that leave you with? 14 hours or 13 or 12 hours? Yeah, 12 hours. Now we got 12 hours. Okay, in those 12 hours, you have to eat right. Okay, you have to act right. Because that's what ruins fighters. You hear fighters, you know what I'm saying, that ruin their careers, dating the wrong person, getting into fights, hanging out with the wrong crowd. Man, a lot of good fighters over the years fell by the waistline to the streets. A lot of good fighters couldn't control their eating habits. A lot of fighters fell victim to drugs and alcohol. So we have to stay focused outside the gym, y'all. We have to stay focused outside the gym. It's not only what you do in the gym. It's just like the nutrition part. You can work out. You can throw more punches and have more conditioning than anybody in your gym. You could be the slickest fighter in the gym. If your nutrition ain't right, you ain't right. And you ain't eating in the gym, I hope. Right? So that goes to being disciplined outside the gym. This is one of the most important things that man, if I had to go ahead and press which is the most important one out of everything, this is probably it right here. Staying focused outside the gym is the hardest thing that you have to do because now you're not in that focus mode. You know what I mean? When you're training, you're focused. When you're not training, now you're bored. You know what I mean? You have that leisure. So you have to figure out a way to stay focused, stay disciplined. And that typically goes back to your goals. Set high goals and strong goals. So you can be like, okay, I'm fighting in April and it's January. I got 3 months to get this fucking weight off. Okay. I got to get my skills right. All right, I got to lock in because April will be here before I know it. You see what I'm saying? Because if you give up January, now you only got February and March to get ready. And let's just say you're a little bit overweight. We got to get the weight off and you got to get your training right or whatever. Or maybe you need skills and you got to focus on a few skills. I posted something on my story today that I really like what the dude said. This dude had like a fake arm. I don't even know who he is. Let me show you what he said.
The beginning of a new day. have been given this day to use as you will. You can waste it or use it for good. What you do today is important because you are exchanging a day of your life for it. When tomorrow comes, this day will be gone forever. In its place is something that you have left behind. Let it be something good.
Now that's deep. Every day that you live needs to be important. Every day is important because you're trading a day of your life for that day. Ain't that crazy when you think about it like that? You're trading a day of your life every day that you live for whatever you choose to do with that day. So if you choose to not accomplish your goals, if you choose to procrastinate, if you choose to not show up to the gym, if you choose to not eat that, if you choose to not stick to that diet, you just traded a day of your life for that. And then when you're still alive, 6 months later, you're going to be mad that you didn't do what you were supposed to do. So many people have the analogy that I might not live another day, so I'm going to enjoy today. And though that may be true, but what if you don't die? What if you stay alive? You ever thought about that? What if you live another 40, 50 years? How many days are you going to continuously think that tomorrow could be the last day and then it doesn't happen and you wasted all these motherfucking years, man? So why not die if you do happen to die chasing something that you always wanted to do? You see what I'm saying? And that goes into my next tip, which is run towards fear. Stop letting fear stop you, man. You scared that you might die, so therefore you don't want to go all out, man. Fuck that shit. One thing for sure, two things for certain, we all gonna die. So we might as well eliminate that fear. Because I know a lot of us think we're gonna live forever. Sometimes I do. I forget. You know what I'm saying? But the truth is we not. Okay? So we might as well do what we gotta do while we here. Because the bad days are coming at some point. So if you're having good days now, and when I say good days, I mean you wake up and you're healthy, your mother's healthy, your fucking family is healthy, the people who are close to you, right? Let's say it's not your mother. Maybe you don't know your mother. Maybe you're an orphan child or whatever. Whoever's in your circle is around, you're happy. You know what I mean? You can still operate. Look, man, yesterday I went sprinting. I like tweaked my hamstring yesterday, right? I'm like another injury. Both of my wrists are jacked up from boxing and holding mitts. But guess what? I'm still here. I went to the gym today still. I still went to the gym. That didn't stop me. I can't do the things that I didn't really want to, like I would love to be able to do. But guess what? We got to keep pushing because there's a lot of people right now that can't do half the shit that we can do. So we got to appreciate and take the good with the bad, whatever that is. But if you're in a situation where you really don't have real problems, that you can't operate, like you still got functioning limbs, right? The man who was at a man was upset because he ain't have shoes till he seen a man with no feet. You ever heard that one? Like we have to put things into perspective. So we got to run towards fear, man. You fear, what are you scared of, man? You scared of being successful? What are we scared of? You see what I'm saying? So, lock in, dedicate yourself. A lot of people don't like the New Year's resolution shit. And I understand it, but we have to remember this is a great time to reflect and set our mind up for the year. The same way every Monday we try to set our mind up for Monday. I didn't create the freaking calendar. So don't be mad at the messenger. I didn't create the calendar. All I'm saying is take advantage of the calendar to reset the mind. Because a lot of the times we get lost. And then when it's time to reset the mind, it's like, damn. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, oh shit, yo, this is an opportunity to reset the mind. Use it. Use the tools that we have to reset the mind. Use the tools. There's so many tools out here. Look, I'm using a tool right now to talk to people all over the world, whether it's tonight, whether you're watching this in the morning. Use the tools, right? There's been tools that been handed to us by smart people, smarter than us, that were around years before us, who understood life. Take advantage of it, okay? Reset your mind. Use this as an opportunity to step toward fear. You want to have your first amateur fight? Make it happen. Find that gym. Go. Listen to the trainers. Listen to your coach. Go through the process. You want to have your first pro fight, you've been boxing for a few years or many years, but you never fully dedicated so you can go ahead and have your first pro fight. Go. Make it happen. All you got to do is get your nutrition right and your training regimen down. Make it happen. You know what I'm saying? There's a coach out there who wants to coach you. Trust me. Make it happen. You could do this shit. It's doable. You know, a lot of people who know me personally like to joke a lot with me because I joke a lot. But the truth is, I've accomplished anything I've ever taken serious. Everything I've ever taken serious, I've accomplished. Okay, this will be my 10th time working the corner for a world championship fight in the sport that we all love. That's a big deal. For those of people out there who don't know how big of a deal that is, ask your local coach how many world title fights he's been part of. You know what I'm saying? Many have done more than me, but many haven't done any of it. And I'm proud of that. But it's something that has came and manifested through making sure that I've been true to the game for 25 years. This shit don't just happen to anybody. Whether you call it an accident, a coincidence, whatever. This shit is a reality for me. And it's because I wasn't scared to put my face out there and show people what I knew and tell people what I know and stay righteous and true to the game. All these years while everybody's out here doing these fucking funny ass YouTube videos and teaching without true fully understanding the game. I had mentors. I talked to the mentors. I really fucking made sure that I knew what I was talking about before I made the video. You see what I'm saying? I posted it. The MIT work, I continuously grew, continuously got better. I asked as many fucking questions as I possibly can. And I still do all those same things to this day. I haven't changed. I still got mentors. I still study things. You know what I'm saying? I've always been successful in business for my level of success because I've been responsible in that area as well. Right? But I wasn't scared. I was like, you know what? Fuck it. It is what it is. What I got to fucking lose? I came from nothing. What I got to lose? You see what I'm saying? I'm winning. Everything's a fucking win. You feel me? So that's my point and my tips to you guys. So for the people out there who, you know, people might look at you and think like you like to joke a lot or whatever. Fuck the joke and get serious. Get serious for once in your life. Take 2024 as an opportunity to get serious. You can be funny. You can have a couple laughs, but be serious. Let people know that you're serious and that you're not playing with this shit because guess what? Time ain't on our side. We got to get to work. Okay? Next. Man, if this is bringing you guys value, man, please, man, let it be known in the chat. Okay, I got a few more tips here. Let it be known in the chat if I'm bringing value to you guys. That's really the goal here. You know what I mean? I went live every day for the month of November. December, I kind of took the month off. It's 2024. I'm fully energized. I'm fully motivated. And I really want to connect with you guys. You know what I'm saying? Press the like button if you could. I really want to connect with you guys and help as many people as possible. That's always been the goal. I've never had a hidden agenda, y'all. I've never had a hidden agenda. This has been the agenda, all right? For everybody out there who wants to know what Coach Anthony's, what's his hidden agenda? My hidden agenda is this. I want to teach what I know about life and boxing, and I want to make a living off of it. So what do? I sell courses. I sell mentorships. And to prove to you that I'm for real about what I do, I have over 1,000 videos on YouTube teaching boxing. I have mid-work videos and all my accolades on Instagram. All you have to do is go back through it and look. And I go live and I do Q&As and I do what I can every day as much as I can to show you guys that I'm a real person and I'm legit. That's the hidden agenda, y'all. I want to provide value and I just want to be compensated by it by the people who want to work with me. I ain't forcing nobody to work with me. I just put it out there. If you want to work with me, I'm here to work with you. Okay, so that's all y'all need to know about me. It's all legit. All right, next thing. Fighters, stop comparing yourself to other fighters and focus on you. This is major. This is major. I get this shit all the time, man. I want to fight like this fighter. I want to fight like that fighter. Or you're looking at this fighter. Man, focus on you, man. Be the best you. You can be inspired by whoever. I'm okay with that. Use fighters for inspiration, but be you, man. Before Shakur Stevenson came around, before Devin Haney came around, before Teofimo Lopez came around, was nobody talking about wanting to be like these guys. Now people want to be like them. You see what I'm saying? Like, bro, be you, man. Be you, because the same way they became them, you can become you. Now, of course, you look for inspiration. Of course, we all do. I look for inspiration all the time. I'm constantly, when I'm on the internet, I'm looking for inspiration. That's all I'm really looking for. Inspire me, inspire me, inspire me. But I ain't trying to be nobody else. Do I emulate any of the other boxing coaches that y'all follow on YouTube? Do I act like Tony Jeffries? Do I act like Mustafa from Atlanta? Do I talk like Tom Yankello? Do I do that shit? No, I don't do none of that. But those guys are doing great, and big shout out to those guys. And when they do great, I'm inspired by people who do great, but I'm Coach Anthony. I do what I do. Okay, I see Freddie Roach holding mitts. Do I hold mitts like Freddie Roach? Even Floyd Mayweather Sr. and Roger Mayweather. I've done similarity things to them, but do I hold mitts like them even when I do the fancy work? It's my own twist. I do my own thing. You use people for inspiration. You learn what to do from certain people, and those same people, you also learn what not to do. You see what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, you have to be yourself. Be you. Focus on you. Don't copy nobody. Just inspire. Okay, let me get to work. Let me work on me. Let me do what I do. Because at the end of the day, nobody could be a better you than you. You see what I'm saying? So stop comparing yourself to other people. You know what I'm saying? Stop comparing yourself to other people, because that shit is whack. I'm gonna be honest, that shit is whack. Everybody who I run with is authentically themselves. You see what I'm saying? That's the only kind of people I want in my circle. You feel me? The only kind of people I want in my circle is people that I know, yo, that's that person I'm dealing with right there, that's really him. Or that's really her. I'm feeling that. Every time I see somebody who's trying to be somebody else, you whack to me. You corny to me. I'm not feeling that. That shit is corny. And fighters, if you think that other fighters ain't laughing at you when you do that shit, believe me, they are. And look at this motherfucker trying to be like this fighter. These fighters ain't nice to each other. Ain't nobody gonna big you up for that. They gonna look at you and be like, yo, you corny, dog. Like, bye. Please, be yourself, fighters. Be yourself. Next, stop letting the internet fool you. This is real. Now, this is real. Okay? This is real. Stop letting the internet fool you. Now, this is what I mean when I say that. Stop believing everybody on the internet that tells you you nice. Cut it out. You not that nice yet. You got people in your comments every time you post a shadow boxing video or heavy bag video. Yo, you look sharp. Yo, you this. Yo, you that. Giving you hypeness, making you feel good about yourself. And listen, by all means, take it in, accept it. But don't fucking believe the hype. Okay? Because now you're starting to believe the internet without putting in the work. You know when you can start believing the hype? When you put in real work in the field. See, the difference between some internet coaches and other internet coaches is that some internet coaches really put in work on the field. Some of these boxers out here really put in work in the field. Okay, some of y'all boxers never had an amateur fight in the world, but y'all got mad comments talking about how nice y'all are, and y'all got no data to prove it. Y'all never did nothing. Coaches, you never trained nobody. You never took nobody nowhere. Who you trained? But you the best coach. Why? Because the comments of a bunch of uneducated people telling you you nice. Don't believe the hype. But here's the flip. I know y'all coming at me right now. But here's the flip. Don't believe it when they tell you that you whack. Don't believe it when they tell you that you trash. Don't believe it. Because that shit ain't true either. Okay? So you don't believe it when they telling you that you're the best. And don't believe it when they tell you that you're not the best. You know what you got to do. You're totally locked in. You got tunnel vision. You take the good with the bad, but we ain't falling for none of it. We not letting the internet fool us for nothing. You know how many goat emojis I've gotten on over the years as a coach? Coach Ant, you the GOAT. Coach Ant, GOAT, 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 GOAT. I never said I was the GOAT. They said I was the GOAT. I never said I was the GOAT. Same thing with some certain people that come in and they try to shit on me. Man, whatever, man. Who is this dude? What he done? Blah, 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 blah. I don't care. I don't listen to that either. I don't listen to that either. So I don't let you gas me up with the goats, and I don't let you pull me down with the hate. I stay focused on the agenda. The agenda is get better, get wiser, get smarter. How can I help my athletes win? How can I put out a better course? How can I put out a better YouTube video? How can I be better? I know you said I was the best, but I got a lot to learn. I know you said I was trash, but watch me win. You see the mentality shift? So stop letting the internet fool you. Stop letting them make you feel like you better than you are, and stop letting them make you feel like you ain't shit. What you need to focus on is what you need to focus on every single day, and let the data, let the results do the talking. That's how we do it. Let the results do the talking. That's how we do that. And let the results talk. Once we do that, y'all, we on a good path. Because now we not letting nobody, we ain't letting the outside sources fuck us up. We not letting the outside fuck, we're not getting distracted. Every time you got a bunch of fighters who got a bunch of yes men around them, even at the highest level of boxing, what happens to the fighter? What does everybody say? He had too many yes men. And these be top fighters, motherfuckers who were really good fighters. He had too many yes men. Too many people were scared to tell him the truth about himself. So he believed the hype. And then you got other fighters who allowed the crowd and the fans to tear them down. And now they lose confidence. And you're like, yo, if he would have just focused, he'd have been a world champion. But he let the outside tear him down. Listen, y'all. That's the best thing I can tell y'all. Do not let the internet fool you. Okay? Don't let them gas you up, and don't let them tear you down. Okay? I hope that one really hit home. And this one, this is for all you cheap motherfuckers out there. Stop looking for free advice all the time. Invest into yourself, y'all. Stop looking for free advice. Stop sending me your shadow boxing videos and your heavy bag videos when I told you all you got to do is grab the bundle, join the private community, and I will critique you and watch you answer any questions you want. Stop it. You got to pay for some of this, y'all. You got to pay for the information. If you don't want it from me, great. Go to the boxing gym and pay the gym. And if you can afford it, pay the coach for one-on-one access. Stop looking for free shit. Okay? This shit gotta stop, man. Y'all gotta get serious about investing into yourself. I've spent $20,000 on a mentor to help me with my online programs before. Okay, and that was only a 90-day program. I ain't lying to you. I got the fucking receipts. Okay, I've spent more money on boxing education when you add up all the years that I paid trainers, all the years that I went to gyms in order to be able to sit at this table right now and talk to y'all. Okay, and create courses and sell them to the world. You have to, because when you're trying to get free shit, this is what happens. I heard him say this. I heard him say that. I heard him say this, but you don't know how to put it together. So you're just like a guy who kind of knows, but you don't really know. You need to follow a program and stick to it. We talked about it earlier. You don't need a master plan. You need to master the plan. Okay? Pay for the information, y'all. Pay for it. Okay? It saves you time. You invest it into yourself. It holds you accountable. Okay? You have to, man. A lot of people, y'all trying to steal information. You're going to be in the same spot this time next year. This time next year, I'm going to be somewhere else on a higher level because this is going to be my best year, God willing, right? And y'all going to be in the same spot, the people who don't want to invest into themselves. They're going to be in the same spot saying, had I just listened to Coach Ant last year and just put a couple dollars into myself, I'm not asking you to give me free money. I'm saying pay me so you can invest into yourself. If you don't want to pay me, pay your trainer. Pay your other guy. Pay somebody who knows what the fuck they're doing. Don't just give your money away. Do your research. Okay? Don't just give your money away. Make sure you're paying to a liable trainer, liable source, and listen and stick to the plan. And then talk to me in a year and say if it wasn't the best decision of your life. You know what, coach? I decided to take a couple dollars. I decided to invest into myself. I decided to stay disciplined and follow every tip that you said on this damn live stream today. Follow this whole live stream. Save. This is going to be saved. It's going to be on YouTube. Watch it again. Watch it again. Follow every single tip that I told you. Okay? Talk to me next year. Thank me next year. Free of charge. Just watch the stream again. Follow the tips. Implement it. Okay? And talk to me in 1 year. If you're 18, you'll be 19 years old. If you're 19, you'll be 20. You won't even be old enough to fucking drink. Okay? You won't even be old enough to drink, and I guarantee your life will change in 1 year. Just one. Just give me 1 year. A year's a long time. Bro, if you're 19, you still won't be legally allowed to drink in most places. So what are you talking about? 1 year ain't shit. Okay? 1 year ain't shit. If you're 22, you'll be 23. If you're 33, you'll be 34. Man, 1 year. 1 year and I could change my life? Crazy. Stop thinking a year's a long time. Stop thinking a year's a long time because it's not a long time at all. You feel me? Lastly, y'all, this is it. If you need help, shoot me a text. I want everybody who watched this stream tonight, whether you want help from me or not, just shoot me a text. 215-709-5437. One or two things you can say on the text. First thing you can say is, I want to work with you or help. And I'll give you some information on how I could personally help you. And the other one could be, yo, man, I just wanted to say I love the stream. And that's it. And I'll know exactly where you're coming from. And I'll reply back and say, yo, man, appreciate the love, etc., whatever. We could just chop it up that way. But if you want me to personally help you, this is what the fuck I do, man. Been doing this shit for 25 years. I ain't no fly-by-night trainer. Go back on my YouTube channel, man. I've been doing this forever. Go back on my Instagram. I've been doing this shit forever, man. Y'all watch me level up. Y'all watch me come from a young trainer who didn't fucking even work with anybody yet to now my 10th world title fight, March 2nd with Raymond Ford, okay? We're fighting for the WBA. We'll be on ESPN. Y'all watch me do it in real time. Y'all watch me come from holding mitts to selling courses to building a YouTube channel to over 275,000 subscribers. I should have a mill by now, but hey, we're going to take the good, okay? My Instagram never paid for followers, real motherfucking followers. I don't got no fake followers. I don't pay for bots. I don't do none of that shit. Okay? So y'all know it's real over here. You guys know what to do, man. If you guys already are sold on it and you guys just want to go ahead and go to the website, you guys already know, CoachAnthonyBoxing.com. Invest into your boxing education. I'm here to help you. The courses are already there. The information's already there. Everybody out there who got the courses, if you paid for my courses and you haven't watched them yet, why did you buy them? What are you doing? The information's already there. You got the biggest deal ever because I'm about to change the prices and the whole format and how I do everything very soon. Tonight's the last night that everything's going to be $397. Everything's going to shoot up by tomorrow, 100%. And then in 7 days after tomorrow, because I'm going to give you guys one last chance tomorrow. You're going to pay more tomorrow, but it's still going to be whatever. And in about 7 days after that, you're going to see something totally different. And everybody who took advantage of Black Friday, everybody who takes advantage of this shit tonight is going to be like, damn, I'm glad I ain't procrastinate like most people do every day of their life. Anyway, guys, I want to say thank you for the love, man. If you guys appreciated it, let me know right here in this chat. And you guys already know, y'all, boxing life.